Today we'll read about functions of management. So management functions include all those activities which managers perform in an organization to achieve the desired results. So all the functions, all the activities are the functions of management, whichever the managers perform in an organization to achieve desired results. So those functions are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Please note it down very carefully. These are the 5 main functions of management that we'll be reading in the whole of year. We'll be reading these activities, these functions very deeply and with great precision. Number 1 is planning. Planning is the basic function of management. Planning is that function of management which determines in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do, and by whom. It is looking ahead and preparing for the future. It bridges the gap between where we are, the current position, and where we want to reach, the future image. So, in planning stage, just we need to make decisions. We need to make our plan. We need to prepare for the future. We need to determine that what we need to do, or what are our goals, what objectives we need to fulfill, what are the objectives that we need to attain. These questions are to be answered in the planning stage. In the planning stage, we need to think the roadmap for the future. Next is organizing. Once the plan has been established for the attainment of an organizational goal, the organizing function examines the activities and resources required to execute the plan. It decides who will do a particular task, where it will be done, when it will be done. Thus, organizing is the management function of assigning duties, grouping tasks, establishing authority, and allocating resources required to carry out the specific plan. In organizing, we need to make the roadmap. We need to check that what are the resources available with us and what are the resources needed to perform such plan, to make the plan going. After we have determined what are the resources needed, we also need to determine who will be doing that task, the grouping of the tasks. For example, there is a huge task to be done. Such a task must be divided into different parts and different activities. After it has been break down into smaller parts and smaller activities, we need to group the similar activities and transfer the goals to the different individuals or the departments to conduct their functions, to comply with the plan and work in a group manner for the establishment of the organizational goal. Next is staffing. Staffing means filling up the various jobs in the organization with competent personnel. This function is concerned with the finding the right person for the right position at the right time. This is just known as the human resource function, or the function which includes activities like recruitment, selection, placement, training and development, remuneration of the employees. Here we need to fill up the positions with the competent employees. We need to find out the employees, we need to make advertisements, we need to call the employees, we need to conduct interviews, and different selection and recruitment processes are done here. Next, after selection of the employees, we need to place them in various departments, we need to train them, we need to provide them essential training, and the development of the employees along with the remuneration are to be decided under the staffing process. Next is directing. Directing is the process of instructing, guiding, motivating, leading, counseling and coaching of the employees in the organization so that all their efforts result in the achievement of organizational objective. All the activities of the employees should be directed towards one goal. All the activities should be towards the common direction. If all the workers work very hard but their activities are not combined to a specific direction or specific goal, they won't be reaching anywhere. So directing is the process of instructing and guiding the employees. We need to motivate them, we need to lead them, we need to counsel them. Also, directing function is basically concerned with influencing the behavior of human resources. In directing, we need to influence the employees. We need to direct them through praise, through criticism, in such a way that it brings out the best in the employee. we need to motivate them to the highest so that their morale must be boosted. And at last we have controlling function. Here we need to monitor the performance of the organization towards the accomplishment of the organizational goal. Next is here we need to set up the standards of performance, that this should be the performance. Then we need to measure the actual performance. Then we need to compare it. We need to compare the actual performance with the set up standard performance, and then we need to take the corrective action if there is deviation which is significant in nature is found between the actual performance and the planned performance. The objective of the controlling is to ensure that everything in the organization is done as per the predetermined goals. Next we have coordination. Coordination refers to the process by which manager synchronizes the activities of different departments. Here, through coordination, we need to synchronize the activities of different departments. There are various departments in large enterprises, so all the departments have different employees and tasks to be conducted. Now, after they complete their task, or while conducting or while doing that task, the activities should be synchronized, should be well managed, and that can only be done through proper coordination. Next, here we have the definitions of coordination provided by different employees, so different management scholars and different economists. So we'll follow the one provided by Henry Fayol. Coordination harmonizes, synchronizes and unifies individual efforts for better action and for the achievement of the business objectives. So this is the definition being provided by Henry Fayol. Next is characteristics and nature of coordination. Coordination integrates group efforts. This is very simple to understand. Coordination is always between more than one people. One person cannot coordinate with himself or herself. So coordinating creates group effort. The efforts of the whole group are being coordinated towards one single unit. Next is coordination ensures unity of action. Also, unity of action is something that is very important in an organization. That all the actions, all the activities of the employees should be unified, should go towards one direction. Next, coordination is a continuous process. Coordination is not activity or not a process that needs to be conducted once. It is a continuous process, it goes on. Next, coordination is a pervasive function. Coordination is required in each and every enterprise, in each and every organization. All the organizations, whatever they do, whatever activities they perform, they need to coordinate with themselves. Next is, coordination is the responsibility of all the managers. Coordination is also the responsibility of all the managers. Not only one manager needs to coordinate with himself or herself, all the managers must coordinate with each other, with their departments as well as across the department. Next is, coordination is a deliberate function. A manager has to coordinate the efforts of different people in a concise and deliberate manner. Cooperation in the absence of coordination may lead to wasted effort. Also, there is a small line of difference between cooperation and coordination. Cooperation is very important in organization, but even if there is cooperation without coordination, such organization will never succeed in their organizational goal. Next is importance of coordination. With proper coordination, we can ensure growth in size. If there is proper coordination, then only the organization can grow, and a large organization always needs to coordinate all the activities. Next is functional differentiation. The functions of organization are divided into different departments like purchase department, sales department, human resource department, quality department, research department. So all these departments needs to coordinate with each other. Next is specialization. In modern organization, there is high degree of specialization arising out of the complexities of the modern technology and diversity of the tasks to be performed. There are different type of tasks, and we need differently qualified managers and workers. We need to hire different skilled laborers and workers. So coordination is very important between them in a modern organization where specialization is very important. Next topic is coordination, the essence of management. Coordination is not a separate function of management. It is a force that binds all other activities and all other functions of the management. So it is also called the essence of management. In organization, In organizing, coordination is needed between resources of an enterprise and activities to be performed. In staffing, coordination is needed between the skill of the employees and the job assigned to them. In directing, coordination is required among superior and subordinates. In controlling, coordination is needed between the planned standard and the actual performance. So, like a thread in a garland, coordination is a part of all management functions. Coordination synchronizes the effort of through all the functions of management and ensures that organizational objectives are achieved with a minimum conflict. So, we have seen here what is the importance of management, as well as what is the functions of management, as well as what is the main importance of a coordination process in any organization. So today we'll conclude with this, and I want you all to watch this video very carefully, and if you have any queries regarding this video, you can send it to me personally on WhatsApp. Till then, thank you very much and bye.